Good morning, my name is Matthew. I am the Senior Property Manager and Lettings Manager of Christopher Stokes Estate Agents. This morning I've been summoned to give a brief conversation on the rent guarantee policy and how it works, and also if there's been any changes since the coronavirus. To start off, what is rent guarantee? Well, rent guarantee is an insurance policy, much as any other insurance policy. It will pay out for any losses that you incur in regards to rent. What it must not be mistaken with is guaranteed rent. They are two entirely different forms of guaranteeing your rent in one aspect or another. Now, rent guarantee is an insurance taken out by a third party policy. The insurance companies can vary, and so does their offers in what they cover, how they cover. The price, which we'll talk about shortly, has massively increased since, well, the pandemic. So a few frequently asked questions to touch base with you on. What is rent guarantee? How does it work and offer protection? Well, how it works is the policy is taken out prior to a tenancy commencing. Now, once a tenancy is commenced, via Christopher Stokes and many other agencies, they will ensure that you have this policy in place. This is obtained by the credit referencing agency that will ensure satisfactory results are met on credit check, employment, income, how to rent in the UK, and various other little bits. Once all that has been met to a satisfactory standard, the rent guarantee or the insurance company will install a third-party insurance for any loss of rent during that time. There may be instances where the tenants may not meet the affordability and the guarantor can be put in place who will be earning 3 times the annual rent. For a tenant, it's 2.5 times the annual rent. But once that policy is in place, despite guarantor or no guarantor, it's in place. You are protected for the full amount of your rent, which used to be up until eviction, and legal costs were covered as well. However, with the pandemic, a lot of insurance companies have changed their policies, and by that they have either reduced the amount of cover, they have increased their premiums, which, as with anything, this pandemic's changed all of our lives, let alone from how we live to paying higher premiums. The insurance will cover you for the least I think I've found is 6 months. They'll cover you for 6 months of your full rent, or until the tenant's vacated, whichever may come sooner. I think the best I've come across so far is 12 months rent cover, or eviction, or whichever comes sooner. Now, this premium used to be for up to £50,000. There may be still someone out there that I haven't found, but if you wish to do your own research, feel free to, but I have looked around. Up to £50,000 or eviction, whichever comes sooner. As I reiterate, legal cover included, so they will delegate you an advocate or a solicitor, and they will take the process from the notice all the way up until possession is regained. Now, the problem that we have is the notice period has currently changed. The notice period has currently changed from giving 2 months notice to having to give 6 months notice. Now, that's a pain as it is, but the problem is got to be careful of the insurance companies or the rent guarantee companies that are only offering 6 months cover. Because if your tenant stops paying rent, for whatever reason, by choice or loss of employment, or whatever else may happen in these unprecedented times, if your cover is only for 6 months and your tenant is not paying rent for 6 months, that is only going to cover you for the initial period of your Section 21. The stages after that are, of course, the possession order. Now, a possession order from experience, 4 to 6 months at best. Now, that was prior to the pandemic. Given that the courts are excessively backed up now, there is speculation that to evict your tenant from possession order stage could take somewhere between 12 and 18 months. Now, if your cover is only for 6 months and your tenant is not paying rent for 12 to 18 months, that is a potential annual loss. You know, if your rent's £1,000 a month and you're not receiving that, and it takes 18 months to get them out, great, that's £18,000 of arrears. 6 of them months will be covered, so it's £12,000 arrears, but can we afford to lose £12,000 in the given times? So it's very important to ensure read the small print, who your insurer is, what they offer, and ensure that you get the most longevity of insurance cover that you possibly can.